Number 15, you need to write an equation in slope-intercept form that passes through the point -3, 6 and has a slope of 7. So first and foremost, I want to label my point. I also know that slope represents 7. Okay, right now, I can eliminate some answers. Because if I have a slope of 7, that means that in my answer choices, I have to have a slope of 7. That can be gone because that's a slope of 9. This can be gone because that's a slope of -7. And this can be eliminated because it has a slope of 6. So right now we know my answer is A. But I'm pretty sure that when you take your final, you're going to have at least 2 options that have like that 7 there. So you need to know how to work it out. So I'm going to take x1, y1, and slope and plug it into the point slope formula. And so the y1 is 6, slope is 7, and then x1 is -3. But we know that if we have a double negative, that turns to positive. And then to go from PSF to SIF, I need to distribute. And then last thing, add 6. And so I get y equals 7x. And if I add that, we get 27. And as we can see, that matches up to choice A. So 15 has to be A. In number 16, we need to transform point slope form into slope intercept form, which is basically what you just did right here. So we're going to go ahead and distribute the -11. So then we're going to add 3 to both sides. And here we have different signs, so we're going to really subtract those, but then we're going to keep the negative. So over here, we would choose letter C. Again, the slope has to be the same as whatever it is right here. So it could only be B or C. But since we have that -41, we go with C. The last 4 questions are just exponent rules. So in number 17, we need to multiply the 4 and the 8 and get 32. But then we add x's. So 3 plus 9 gives me 12. So this would be C. In number 18, we would divide the big numbers there and get -10. But then I would subtract my x's, subtract my y's. So 8 minus 2 is 6. And then 4 minus 7 is a -3. But we've discussed that you can't have a negative exponent. So I would put the whole expression over 1, move this to the bottom of the fraction. And when I move it, it becomes positive. So if I look at my 2 options, C and D, I can't pick that one because it's a negative at the bottom. I've got to pick this one because it's a positive at the bottom. And then the other thing is the -10 is a negative base. The exponent is a positive 1. That's why I left it at the top. Number 19, we would put our 1 right here on the 3. And then I would distribute my 2. So I have 3 squared, x to the 0, and then 2 times 5 would give me 10. So we discussed that the x to the 0 means a 1. We don't need it. Okay? As you can see, all of these numbers here have been evaluated. So 3 squared is 9, and then I have y to the 10th. So it has to be D. And then lastly, for number 20, the 9 and the 6 I would multiply together and get 54. My x's I add, and the y's we get 7 minus 9, which is -2. Again, we just move that negative. And as you can see, these two choices have a negative in the answer, immediately we can mark those out because you cannot have a negative exponent in your final answer. So then I put this over 1, and I would just move down the negative exponent, making it positive, and then just bring this first two bases over. So that would have to be letter C.